Let's continue in this journey on how to get listings. Today, we're going to talk about what to do on social media for you to get listing opportunities. Shout out to a couple of my great coaching clients who are really good with their social media, whether it's my kind of baby boomers on Facebook or my young millennials who rock stars on Instagram. They both challenged me with the same question. Patrick, how can we get more listing opportunities or create results with our social media influence? So in this video, I'm going to break down the two strategies that you need to be executing. And so before we dive in, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the notification. If you've been following along in the process, you know that this week I was supposed to cover the Just Listed and Just Sold campaign. That's going to help you get the next listing in the neighborhood. I will be addressing that next. I've actually been finalizing some of the details about the under contract marketing piece that I'm going to share with you guys and the Just Listed new version that I'm going to share with you guys on the next video. So stay tuned and look for that. So let's dive in. How do we get listings with social media? So if we think about this, there's two things that we got to do. Number one is we need to ask a question and we need to prime our audience. Okay. Then number two is we need to deliver a video where we really answer that question. And then inside the video, I want you to follow my new favorite framework. Big shout out to Russell Brunson, who wrote the book Expert Secrets. He gave me the framework and he said, hook, story, offer. So let's play this out because this is all of your guys' assignments this week and next week. So here's how this goes. The question that we want to ask our audience, our community, whether or not it's on Facebook, whether or not that's on Instagram, or whether or not that's on LinkedIn. Okay, those are the three places I'm asking you to play. Some of my friends out there on TikTok, I'm not good. I don't really know much to do there. So if you figure it out, let me know. But for sure on Facebook, Instagram, and definitely LinkedIn, let's play these three things out. So ask the question is number one. So I wrote down a series of different questions and I want you to do the same. I want you to brain dump a bunch of different questions where we're asking our audience about their perception, understanding, or questions about the market. So a question would be, hey, what's your number one concern with the real estate market right now? What do you think is going to happen with prices? Do you think prices can continue to rise? Yes or no, why or why not? Right? What do you think's going on with this crazy real estate market? These are the types of questions. I brain dumped like 10 of them out that I'm sharing with my coaching clients right now. So brain dump a few of those out, and then what we need to do is test one. Find one that you kind of like. It's your style, it's in your tone, your language, that kind of would match your audience and get them engaged. Write that question, post it up onto all three of the channels. Test one channel, great. Then let's see how much engagement we get. Depending on the quality of the question and the engagement of your audience, you'll probably get a lot of things. That alone is going to create opportunities for you. Then step number two is where we need to create our video. So obviously, depending on the platform, you've got a couple different options. So like I said in the last video that I did prior to this video, which was on the 9 mistakes that we make in video marketing, make sure you watch that because I addressed this topic there, which is know the platform. Facebook video versus Instagram video versus LinkedIn video. All three of them want you to deliver your video content in a little bit of a different way. So you've got to learn the nuance. I addressed that in the last video, and make sure you figure it out and address it correctly. So I'm not going to address that. Now let's talk about what the content should be, because this is where it's fun. So I want you in this video, we're going to answer the question that we posted and all that activity occurred. Now I need you guys to share your knowledge and wisdom about the big problem in the marketplace. And make sure that you watch my video on how to get listings, the foundational problem, right? Part 1. And this is where I need you to do the hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. The big problem. So the first video you're going to do, you should talk about one of the listings that you recently got. Okay? If you recently got a listing, you put that on the market, you had a gazillion showings, and then you had multiple offers, you negotiated above list price, and you end up getting the seller an amazing deal with incredible terms. Most of you, that's the case. That's your story. So the hook is, 10 offers, $100,000 over list price. That's your hook. Now tell the story. Here's the story. I got this listing. It was a great house, nice neighborhood, right? But it's nothing to, write home about. Make it dramatic, make it interesting. Then I put it on the market, and holy cow, I got X number of showings in X number of days, COVID-safe buyer appointments, and this many offers from different buyers. With my strong negotiation skills, strong savvy in negotiations, I was able to help the sellers to get an even higher price and even better terms. And it was spectacular, cracking bottles of champagne, right? And my sellers, then we ran into an escrow process, and maybe there was some drama there that you saved the day, you're the hero. The appraisal came in a little low, and then you came in and you smacked the appraiser around, and you got a better deal put together. Then your seller said, you're my hero at the end of the day, right? But the dramatic ending of the story is there's all these buyers that are waiting to find their next home in the neighborhood. So hook, this dramatic opener, story, the story of your listing, offer, right, is your ask of your community. Have you heard any rumors of anyone thinking of selling? Do you know anyone that tried to sell before but was unsuccessful for whatever reason, or was going to put their home on the market and then COVID hit and they decided to wait to see what would happen? If you heard any rumors, would you please, please, please let me know so I can help these poor little souls called all these buyers in the marketplace? Okay, see, this is the game. I hope we need to. First week, you're going to do the story of your last listing. Okay, so post the question, then go do a video. Be appropriate on depending on what platform. Do it on all 3 platforms. Do one on Facebook, do one on Instagram, do one on LinkedIn. Okay, 3 questions, 3 videos. Boom. Now, the next video that we got to do is the story of your poor buyer who you wrote an offer over list price with insanely favorable terms to the seller, and you were unsuccessful. Okay, that they were unsuccessful. This is the story that helps people to understand what this whole problem of low inventory is. So again, hook, tell the story. I've been working with this buyer. We've written multiple offers. We started, at list price. Now we went, second one was 10,000 over. The third one was 25,000 over. The fifth one was 50,000 over. And then I finally got them one accepted at $75,000 over the list price. And then of course the offer. Guys, if you know anyone who's thinking about selling, that's, like this, like that, like this, I would love to help them in these ways. My community, would you please let me know if you hear anything about someone thinking about selling? Okay, so we have to do 2 different social posts in the next 2 weeks. Post the question, then do your video. Then in the second week, right? First week you're going to do it about a listing. Second week you're going to do it about a buyer. Post the question, then tell the dramatic story. Now let me give you one advanced technique in storytelling. So I just picked this up in, again, Russell Brunson, shout out to him in his Expert Secrets book, but he talks about when you launch into the story, this is an advanced technique. When you launch into the story, start at the dramatic moment and then work your way back. Okay? So what do I mean by this? You've all watched that movie where the beginning of the movie, the very first scene, is the dramatic moment. The person is dying, or they escape, or they're underwater, right? And then it freezes, and then it goes 2 years earlier, and then it starts you 2 years earlier back into the journey. That's exactly what we're talking about here. So if you were talking about, your listing, and you were like, I was with my seller and we negotiated, we had, we were now $150,000 over the list price with a free rent back for 2 months. And they said yes, right? Now guys, let me explain how this happened. I started with them here. We did this, then we did that, we did this, we did that, we did that. Okay, so hook, story, offer. Okay, advanced technique. Good. If you guys, I have a couple openings in my schedule. I'm starting to run out, so if you have any questions about coaching with me, as a coach with the Tom Ferry organization, or if you have any questions about coaching with the Tom Ferry company, please check out some of the links in the description. I will next week get on with the Just Listed, Just Sold marketing campaign that is going to crush it for you guys. So I'm super excited about that. Let me know if I can help you. Please leave a comment if you do the social post and you're up for it.